Emerging markets are likely to double their population by 2050. Over 600 million sub-Saharan Africans do not have access to energy. Most of the emerging markets are actually the worst hit by climate change. It's not a choice between development and decarbonization. They have to work together.
We can't just say we need power and then we sit down and do nothing. We've sanctioned over 600 renewable projects globally, now being the world's largest corporate buyer of renewable energy. Now, we still use natural gas to power our data centers. And so when you bring these two together, you then talk about that affordable, reliable type of ecosystem that's available and affordable to the world.
The emerging economies needs the GDP growth, which means we need to create jobs. The energy transition that we have, it should be in line with the energy security. And secondly, it should have the value creations. We don't want to have the chaotic in the society. We try to align the job creations, and at the same time, we try to maintain the affordability for the society.
When you look at the energy transition and then the next year they're telling you to decarbonize faster, and sometimes you even wonder to decarbonize from what system, especially for markets that are just getting into oil and gas. For us as Uganda, we see the movement from biomass to gas like LPG as quite a fundamental piece.
We had to sit down with the South African government to say, how do we enhance the grid while keeping the cost of electricity still the same? That's the approach that we start to see the private sector to take, as well as large energy companies who support.
So if I get finance for generation and there's no distribution, how is that power going to get to the demand centers that will spur industrialization and creation of jobs? In Uganda, we do have ring-fenced services. You must transfer technology and skills to Ugandans and have a nationalization plan where the expatriates are supposed to be replaced by nationals.
Africa and ASEAN should not just be passive adopters, but really designers and exporters of technology solutions that the rest of the world can use because of the unique situation of Africa and ASEAN.
There is no single solution that is applicable to every jurisdiction. Every country has different priorities at different scales of the energy transition curve, and therefore solutions have to be customized.
In emerging market, you need to start somewhere by keeping in mind that the affordability is very important for the survivability of a nation and to ensure that there is a job, there is a growth on GDP and other economic parameters.